My name is Paul Smith. I'm the senior winemaker at Wirra Wirra. Welcome. We take Shiraz from over 40 little blocks from right around the district, and if you could walk these vineyards with me, depending on their elevation, their distance from the sea, the soils, the geology that they grow on, this same grape variety, they all very different on the vine. And with winemaking, I mentioned it earlier, but every block it's a different personality. It's trying to tell you different things. So my job is to listen and to watch and to really react around that. I really want to highlight what it gives me, and I love this beautiful diversity, and I hope some of these wines might show this one grape within our region and what they can do. So with our Catapult vineyards, we very much go to our cooler, most elevated vineyards. So we're looking out, the sea's to our west, which is this way. We're going to the east, and one of our vineyards literally borders Adelaide Hills. So it's 4 kilometres up this road, and it's quite flat. We're only at about 70 to 90 metres above sea level here, but after about 2 kilometres it then goes up very quickly and gets to about 430 metres. And so we have, it's called Top Range Vineyard, that sits right on the border of McLaren Vale. Literally the other side of the track is Adelaide Hills, and that block will ripen 5-6 weeks later than our very earlier, lower altitude blocks, quite close to the sea. We also have some blocks on the old Blewett Springs sands. We call them Maslin sands, and millions of years ago this region where we are now was underwater. The water regressed, came back in and went back out again. We left these series of sand dunes. From these cooler blocks and on the sands, you get slightly larger berry, thinner skins, but you often get this really sort of bright flavours. It's often more in that red and blue fruit spectrum, and there's a lot more restraint to them. So at the fermenter, quite gentle, just to extract those finer, silkier tannins. We don't want to over-extract, and we'll spend about 12 months in older French oak. And for me, this really captures what a more elegant, sort of finer style of Shiraz from our district will provide. And I do see mention the red and blue fruits, but I often get sort of violets and a touch more spiciness on the nose, and on the palate, it's quite medium-bodied. It's really shows McLaren Vale's sort of fleshiness and juiciness, but it's not thick and syrupy, and it's got these lovely, elegant tannins, almost slippery by nature. But I do love it for its brightness and style. It's not a big, heavy wine. These blocks don't want to give you that.
Is there any whole cluster in here?
No.
Wow. Okay.
When we go through the fruit goes through the destemmer crusher, we leave the rollers out, so some berries, full berries will fall through without splitting, but they.
Yeah, it's interesting how some vineyards or wines smell whole clustery when they're not, and I mean that in a good way. It's not the greenness, but it's this like crazy herbal floral thing going on. Yeah.
And the background behind this wine, it was a Shiraz Viognier blend, as quite a few would probably remember it as. And Paul's definitely moved away from larger percentage of Viognier and gone to vineyards where you'll get that bright perfumed aromatics from the Shiraz.
Grapes,
but there is still about 1% Viognier. There's one little co-ferment parcel, isn't there?